really ticks me off. You cost me $5 more on the Greek Freak in our fantasy draft.
I really wanted him.
It didn't matter if you really wanted him. I already had him. And you cost me $5 more, which didn't cost me players down the road.
Listen, and
I lost those players to Brian.
Oh,
I know.
Oh.
Every single time.
Well, most of the time I default to you and let you have the player that you really want.
Well, there was 2 times you were bidding hard and I stayed away.
Well, I couldn't tell if you really wanted it or if you were just bidding him up. I couldn't tell, and then
he already had Joker. He was going to get Greek Freak and Joker.
Well, you never know with him.
I knew exactly what he was doing. He was trying to make sure he got the cheaper version out of the 2.
No.
You're a jerk.
$5, that's nothing.
Cost me players down the road.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't. You just didn't want to bid up anymore because you felt like you didn't have enough money on the back end.
I didn't have any more money. That's why whenever I put players up and they could go for $2, I couldn't bid a third.
I got like 4 players and then I was just like, all right, I'm done.
You're a jerk. All right.
Well, fantasy basketball.
Yeah, it's
a cutthroat industry.
I guess.
Yeah. Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to whiskey grab it up.
Yeah, what's really funny is, we didn't have whiskey grab last week. We had to do 2 reviews instead. And then I saw Matt Porter. He started doing a whiskey grab too, and he was naming channels that did that. I was like, "You can give us a little credit here, bro?"
Right.
Like, because we don't. I think he called it like a whiskey haul or
a whiskey haul
or whatever, some kind of haul. We do whiskey grabs. First thing we're talking about today, one of my favorites actually of this entire thing. What are you looking for?
I'm just looking for a Glencairn. Thought maybe I might take a swig of this Prideful Goat as we are going along.
So unprepared for all of this. This is the Prideful Goat single barrel. This is actually the Bourbon Junkies pick that they did if you're a Patreon member. And I'll be honest with you guys, this single barrel rye that I've gotten, it's freaking killer. I was actually talking to Chris Hart a little bit about it, how much we really liked it. We even talked about it in another video previously. And this stuff, once it starts hitting more of the market, because I think they only did 20-something picks this year maybe, is what we talked about.
Yeah.
And, dude, it's so good. Dan and Sean did really great with this pick. They normally do really great with most of their picks I've had, but this one...
Yeah, that one was really, really good, for sure. I'll go ahead and picked up an Eagle Rare. Again, if you know it, you like it. It can be on your bar.
If you know it, you like it.
It just is what it is. Like, you don't have to do much explaining to it. I mean, obviously the Prideful Goat is a whole different animal that no one really knows about. Eagle Rare, if you woke up and just learned about bourbon, this is probably one of the first ones you learned about.
1,000%.
Yeah. So
talking about Eagle Rare and talking about some of our favorite, or one of our favorite little bars here in town, the Silver Dollar, which we've talked about before, did another release where they dropped more of their picks in some other random allocation and or just like standard single barrels. These were 2 of them I was able to get. There was a couple other ones I wanted to snag, couldn't snag. But the Silver Dollar has a reputation.
Yeah.
I mean, not just in the Louisville area, but honestly, any big Facebook group, whenever they talk about places to go in Louisville, one of them is the Silver Dollar for picks.
Mm-hmm. Just going there for some drinks is not a bad idea either.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Not terrible at all.
Yeah. They always do a good job with their picks for sure. We'll just stay in line because when I get an Eagle Rare, I usually get a Blanton's with it as well. Picked it up.
Tater.
Yeah. I picked it. You just need them. They need to be on your bar. People love to drink them, love to look at them. People, all that good stuff. So why not? That's what I say. Why not?
Just remember that whenever I go to have them try Dickel or something. Why not?
Why not? Hey, listen, you can try anything once.
All right. So let's talk about one of my favorite bottles I've tried all year. Not saying it's the best.
Glencairn when we need it?
There's a purpose why I didn't have any Glens, because obviously this bottle's kind of low.
Yeah, it is kind of
Wild
low.
Turkey 101 12 year. So we talked about this on live stream, and we tried it on the live stream. This is a special release. It's supposed to be for international. We were lucky. There's a bar called Neat that did a big release of all of these. I still think they're putting some out.
They are still releasing them.
And which is crazy to me. But you can basically only get them overseas or on really dark places on the internet that, you don't apparently if you speak about, you get yelled at.
Yeah.
But this stuff here, guys, I'm telling you right now, I think it's the best wild turkey that's been released all year. I think it's better than Russell's 13. I think it's better than Master Keep. And this stuff is, honestly, I can't get enough of it.
It's good. It is definitely good. All right. Well, I'm going to just stay with my Buffalo Trace theme and just go. I picked up a Weller 12-year. And again, this one's, to me, it's special for me because this is the first one I've ever actually found out in the wild. Mm-hmm. I know lots of people find them easily. They wake up and there's one in their face.
Go ahead and put in your comments below if you're one of the few lucky people that can just find this out in the wild pretty easily, because I don't know of anybody who finds this out in the wild easily.
Well, there are people who end up with 17 of them in their hands. So I've got to say that it has to be fair. I got a friend who, he has 12 of them just sitting around. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But anyway, this is the first one I've gotten from an actual liquor store. So I was pretty stoked about it. And again, Buffalo Trace, it is for my month.
Hey, most people would say that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
All right, another bottle we have already reviewed and talked about, the Willett 8-year Wheated. What's actually kind of crazy is they've been sneakily putting these out at the distillery.
Yeah.
And I know they did that a little bit during the Bourbon Festival, but off and on, I've heard people oh yeah, I grabbed one from here or there. So if you're in town or you're around, might want to give them a call.
Yeah, stop by Willett.
I think it's good. That price, though.
Yeah. The price is definitely
price. Beautiful bottle, though.
Yeah,
I will say, and for what it is, I do think it's actually really good.
Yeah. Again, we're just gonna stay. I just keep seeing all my bottles.
I kind of forget about what you got, and you really just basically went through the Buffalo Trace.
I did.
I'm waiting for that B-Tack or that Pappy to come out.
I wish. I was super stoked about this one too because I've never had the kosher at all, and I like a good weeded bourbon. I actually like this one. I took this one to a poker night and it got half.
Put a hurting on it.
Yeah, got half drink and people loved it. I had a few. I like it. I don't love it, but I liked it. But I'd never gotten it before. Happened to walk into Liquor Barn and they had them, and so. I grabbed it. I think it was $40 or something like that. So
that's not a terrible price.
Yep. No.
All right. So my next one will be Knob Creek 18-year. And this bottle...
Good packaging.
Is, yes, even though... Didn't we talk about it being like a puzzle?
It is a puzzle, but it's cool packaging, for sure.
It is also, in my opinion, becoming one of my more favorite pours I've had all year. I don't think it's the best... But I think for the more I drink on it, because I'm putting a hurt on this bottle. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. You all can see a little bit better. It's right below the label. And I am putting a hurting on this bottle. I've
only had the one pour that we did the review on.
I know.
So,
but I think it continues to open up. It has just, and I like that pretty much everybody.
Again, where is the Glencairn when we need it?
Again, another short bottle that I don't want to share because I'm being greedy right now.
Greedy. If you've watched our channel at all, you know that we have high regard for Evan Williams.
A non-Buffalo Trace product.
Yeah, a non-Buffalo Trace product. They're single barrel. I got this one because my other one's almost out, and I like to have one on the shelf. And I actually found this one for about, I think, $32-$33.
Cheaper.
Which right now they're $38 to $42. Mm-hmm. They have bought into the bourbon price increase, and so
it's also becoming an exclusive to Kentucky. So if you haven't already got your bottles,
if you don't live in Kentucky and you see this, if you see it sitting out, you should definitely grab a hold of it. But a good one to always have,
sure, 1,000%
in your bar.
So next one for me is going to be the Four Roses 2022 LE. This is the lottery win for me. This is by far the best lottery I've ever won. Super excited about it. This is such a different experience for Four Roses. And I was trying a little bit of it actually last night. I was like, man, this is just so different. But so different in a good way. Yeah. It's non-traditional Four Roses. And there's been a ton of great Four Roses come out this past year. And man, it's just, it's really good. And I always say this is still one of those bottles that if you're gonna hunt on the secondary, it's still reasonably priced compared to some of the other outrageous crap that's out there.
Yeah.
And for the most part, the quality's still there.
Yep. Speaking of Four Roses, I'll just bring out my Cox's pick. It's what was this? Tier 3 OESF. It's
really good.
Yeah, I always have these. I always have these open and in my bar.
Yeah,
I've still got a little OESF at the house that's like this much left. I'm just waiting to kill that one before I open this one.
Oh yeah, I think we killed this one at the bar down there at Nulu, Cox's Evergreen Nulu.
Yeah,
and it's good.
Yep, always good.
All right, talking about, I don't want to say disappointment, but one of the most hyped bottles I think for anybody all year, every year it seems like, Old Forester 2022 birthday bourbon. And it's like what I've joked around with all my friends about. Whenever my son was born, it was in 2020, not the best year for birthday bourbon.
No.
2022, my daughter was born. Again, not the best year for birthday bourbon.
I would say of the 4 different years of birthday bourbon that I've had, this one is last on the list.
I think so. Even though the nose is, I think the nose is really good.
Yeah, the nose is fine.
I think the nose is really good.
But that makes it more disappointing with the taste.
I know. It's just so flat.
Yeah, it really is.
But I did get this from a store manager, and said person knew that my daughter was born. I'm so incredibly grateful for that, because this is something I'll wait and have with her one day. Hopefully, she's into whiskey. Same with my son. I have some birthday bourbons.
Hopefully she's into really terrible whiskey.
She'll appreciate it, I think. Hopefully.
All right, what else do I got here? This is my Elijah Craig single barrel pick. It's a Louisville Bourbon Club pick.
Another really good pick, by the way.
Yes, this one. Yeah. This one's really different than anything else that any of the other barrel proofs that I have. This one is just kind of wacky, and it's really good. I enjoy, and I think I've said this a few different times. I like quirky bourbons and whiskeys and stuff like that. I just like something that just kind of gets you off normal palate every once in a while, and this is one of them that does that. And Louisville Bourbon Club usually does a pretty good job of picks.
Oh yeah. And we've been very blessed in our area to be flooded with Elijah Craig barrel picks. Yeah. And I think that one was, I'm being serious, I think that one's like legitimately one of the better ones. Yeah. Ready?
Again, where's the Glencairn when you need it?
2022 King Kentucky. So, just to show it's just not a tube. This is barrel 15. Yep, barrel 15. Yep, same kind of wax, different kind of quality bourbon, guys. Just throwing it out there.
Let me go and put that.
It's 130.4. It's, I pretty much say this year in, year out. I personally think King Kentucky is the best annual release bourbon you can have. Sure, I think there have been great years of, GTS or WLW or something like that. But year in, year out, I think these hold up better than any other line. If you all have a different opinion, please put in the comments below. Yes, I understand that these are hyper allocated, super hard to find. You pretty much have to live in 3 states to be able to get them, or make a stupid amount of money to be able to buy them on the secondary.
Yes.
I had to go to a real shady part of town to be able to find one, because right now these are pretty much lottery bottles. Or end of the year allocation, pretty much thanking you for being like a regular shopper. So at some point in time, we'll crack this. Probably do it like a meetup or something.
Love it. I'll make sure I'm at that meetup.
Yeah, I bet you he will.
This one is the newest release from Distillery Series from Woodford. It is the honey barrel finish, and this actually was a gift from Evan.
Yep.
And
or if you see him in the comment section, he goes by Fireball Chug. He was the jerk that sent us Fireball last year for Evan.
We appreciate it, and we appreciate this.
No, on neither Evan. You know what I'm talking about. I've already talked to him. So
all right, so we'll just say really this was what we've come to expect from a distillery series
Oh, yeah.
release.
Yeah.
So it was a real miss. But
full transparency, so we did the video and I surprised him with it, and then we did the live stream where we actually cracked it and drank it. So he actually didn't know he had this until in the middle of this video. But what was funny is Evan watched the replay of our live stream, and he was like, and he sent me a message. He's like, the reason why I sent that to you is because I tried my other one. I thought it was hot garbage, and I didn't drink it.
All right, well, so we're all on the same page. So we don't feel bad. I thank you for sending it to me, and I will give this to some people at my house that won't know the difference, and they'll put ice in it, and it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
But really appreciative. Always appreciative if people send us bottles.
It was super cool. Evan didn't have to do that.
Nope,
they all
not
know
at all.
how much he loves honey barrels.
And this was the bottle that I was hoping would put Distillery Series kind of back in a good frame, and it was a miss. So better luck in 2023.
All right, and my last one, at least for me this month, is a Four Roses barrel strength. It's a Tier 6 OBSF. It's 124.8 proof. So our friends Rob and Jim came down, and they were doing the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Yeah.
I think they had a unique experience. I think they had a much better experience sitting there hunting all the distilleries.
Yeah, they had a much better experience hunting.
Well, and I was in contact with them. I was trying to direct them where we could go, where I was hearing things dropping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think they did really well. And they brought their spouses with them.
Yeah.
And they were really nice. And they, kind of as a thank you, they gave this bottle to us for the channel. It's super nice. They didn't have to do that. I did tell him, I said, I kind of got a project that I'm holding kind of my higher tier, higher proof.
Listen, man, I am anxiously awaiting this project because it's going to be a fun project.
I think it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think it'll be something to do. It'll be kind of cool. But anyways, they're two great guys. We actually met them at Pours in the Park up in Michigan, and they're great guys overall. Couldn't be happier that this channel's helped us meet some really cool people, and they're so nice.
Yep, for sure. And then my last bottle. We've already done the review on this, so you all know our opinions on it. Does not discount the fact that I was super stoked to get this.
Oh yeah.
This was on my unicorn list for this year, and lucky enough to have a friend Ronnie. He was up in Ohio, found it, and said, "Hey, I think you guys really wanted this, didn't you?" He's like, "You really wanted it?" I was like, "Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Here's your money." And bring me the bottle. So I was really appreciative that he thought of us up in Ohio again. Just been a really cool experience over this last year. Just people willing to think about things like that.
Sure.
Just we totally love that, and I think it's super cool. Again, this was good. Wasn't great.
I think it is good. Just it doesn't meet the standard of 5.
It doesn't hold a candle to 5 for sure.
Yeah.
But it was enjoyable nonetheless.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that's everything for us. So go ahead and leave comments below. Tell us about your month.
Tell us your month.
Any kind of good grabs or snags or gets or whatever. And hit that notification, subscribe if you already haven't.
And here's hoping for October.
October's. Just wait until next month. October's a good month.
All right, well, till the next time. We'll see you.
We'll see you.